Very good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Shashikuru and welcome to online learning programming in C++. Today I am going to discuss on the topic of pointer in C++. So after watching this video presentation, you will be able to define pointer. You will be able to know the syntax for using pointer. And finally, you will be able to use pointer in C++ program. So let's begin with the topic. Now what is a pointer? The pointer is basically refers to a variable which holds the memory address of another variable. For example, in C++, you have declared the variable that is int I, and you have declared the pointer that is int suppose star j. So here j is a pointer that holds the memory address of another variable. So this is another variable I. So here j will hold the address of I. So for that you have to use ampersand, which is a address operator. In pointer you have to use this asterisk sign that is used during declaration that I have shown you. There is a need of indirection or dereference operator to access the value. In reference variable there is no need of dereference operator to access the value, but in case of pointer there is a need of dereference operator. In case of pointer, it can be initialized at any time. We have discussed in reference variable that in case of reference, it has to be initialized during the declaration time, but in case of pointer, it can be initialized at any time. The pointer can be null and the pointer can refer to another variable. Now, let us discuss the syntax for the pointer. So, in order to declare the pointer, you have to use the data type and then this asterisk sign and then variable name. For example, this is a data type int and this is a asterisk sign and then I. So this is a pointer and then semicolon. Now the initialization of pointer with address operator. That is, for example, this is a pointer and this is another variable that is j equal to 10. So the pointer holds the address of another variable. For that you have to use the address operator. So this is the address operator you have to place before the this variable. So this is a variable. So before that you have to use address operator. So the address operator will return the address of the variable. That will return the memory location. For example, this is a variable that is I and the value of I is 1000, which is a pointer, that is a memory address of this variable. So this is a variable that is j. The memory location of this j is 1000. So the pointer holds the address of another variable. So I is a pointer, it is holding the memory address that is referred to this memory location and which is the address of the j. So you can see that it is referring to the memory address. Now in program you can see that first you have to include the IO stream, that is header file. Then you have to use the namespace, that is std. Then after that in the main function you have to declare the pointer. It is not necessary that in main function you can or you have to declare the pointer. You can declare pointer anywhere. You can declare pointer in function also outside the main function. So in the main function this is a pointer, then there is another variable that is int j which is equal to 10. Now this pointer is assigned the address of this variable j. For that you have to use this address operator. So in reference variable we have assigned during the declaration time, but in pointer there is no need to assign at the declaration time. It is not necessary. Then after that the value of j, that is, which is equal to star I. So suppose this is a j and the value of j is 10 and the memory location is 1000. This is a pointer, that is I, and I hold the address of this variable, that is this. Now if you use this dereference operator, then only it will print the value of j. So when you use I, it is simply means the memory location, and when you use this dereference operator, it means it will refer to the value of this memory location, that is 10. So here it will show you the value 10. So if you want to access the value of j, then you have to use dereference operator. So you can see that the value of j is 10. Let us implement in code block software. So this is a code block software. So here I am writing a program. So here I am declaring the pointer, that is int. Then you have to use star, that is I. Then int j equal to 10. Then here the pointer assigned the memory location of j. Here I am printing the value of I, which is the memory location of j. So here I will write address of j variable, that is equal to I, and in the next value of j equal to, that is dereference, and then I, that is pointer. Now I am going to run this program. Here you have to use the semicolon, then build and run this program. You can see that the address of j variable is 0x61fe14 and the value of j is 10. You can use also here handle, so that it can print in the next line. So you can see that the address of j variable is this. So this is in hexadecimal. I have taken the simple value, that is 1000 for easy representation, and the value of j is 10. So if you want to print the value of j, then in that case you have to use dereference operator, that is a star before pointer, that is I. Again I am printing address of j variable, that is equal to ampersand j, that is the address operator. Here I am writing value of I. Value of I, that is a pointer that will simply hold the address of variable j, and then run this program. So you can see that the value of j variable and the value address value of j and the value of I both are equal. So if you want to see the address of j variable, then you have to use the address operator, that is ampersand before j. So you can see that 0x61fe14, and this value is stored in I. So you can see that both are same. So I is a pointer, it is holding the address of variable, that is j variable, and to access the value of I, you have to use dereference operator and I pointer. So So I hope in this video lecture you have understood what is a pointer, and suppose if there is a question what is the difference between reference variable and the pointer, then in reference variable we have discussed many points, and in pointer also we have discussed many points. So in reference variable, it is a alternative name to some other variable, existing variable, whereas in case of pointer, it holds the memory address of another variable. In case of reference, it cannot point to some other variable, but in case of pointer, it can point to some other variable. In case of reference, it cannot be null, but in case of pointer, it can be null. And in case of reference, there is no need of indirection operator or dereference operator, but in case of pointer, there is a need of dereference operator. So that is the difference between the reference variable and the pointer. So you implement this program and see the output. So that's all for today. Thank you.